My name's Gwen and you're watching The Woolly Closet. Today is July 9th, 2025 and it's a Wednesday and I'm coming to you from the Netherlands where I live with my husband and 12-year-old daughter and our two little budgies, whom you may hear in the background chattering away. This is the last opportunity I have before school holiday starts, so I thought I would take it and record just one more podcast. I don't know how things will go. Maybe I will be able to record at the end of our holiday. Who knows? We have some bugs in here as well. It's been quite hot here recently, so the screen door has been used quite a lot and bugs tend to find their way inside every now and then. So if you see something flying in here, it's not because it's dirty, it's because they come from the garden, which is right there. Right, okay, what am I wearing? Today is a relatively cool day. We've had two very cold days, but the temperature is back on the up and up. And today is about 21 degrees, or it will be anyway. And I am wearing my Pumat sweater. This is a design by Marie Renier. I test knitted this for her and it's available in Lento magazine issue number 19. It's knit with one strand of kid silk mohair, so you do need to get used to that. I know most patterns use two or you hold it together with another yarn, but this is just a single strand of silk mohair. And it does take some time to get used to that, but once you do, it's just fine. I knitted it on 3.5mm US 4 and 4mm US 6. And it took me only 6 balls of drops kid silk mohair in a pink color. I can't remember the number. I always call it my Barbie sweater. I don't think it's available yet on Ravelry as a single pattern. I think Liner still has the rights to it, but I'm sure it was changed soon because I've knitted it 2 years ago now, I think. So I think the rights will reverse back to her shortly. Yes, well, this is sort of a podcast where I thought at the beginning, what the hell am I going to talk about? Because I have nothing to talk about. That is primarily because I've been focusing on just the one thing, one sweater I needed to knit. My brother-in-law and his family will be moving to France soon. He will try and buy a farm there. They have a whole group of people around them that will help them there, so that's quite comforting for us staying behind here in the Netherlands. But he said we have no central heating in the house we will be buying, so we need wool stuff. And I said, well, you need wool sweaters and wool blankets, and he said, well, I need 3. I said, I'll start with the one. But then I saw there was 30% off the wool and he wanted the same sweater, twice at least. So I will be knitting him 2 sweaters for now. But I've been solely focusing on this one sweater because I really wanted to finish it so that when he moves, I will know his measurements and then I can knit the second sweater exactly the same as the first one and I know it will fit him. So that's why I'm also not that visible on Instagram these days. I have nothing really to show and I am frankly quite liking this little Instagram break, to be honest. But yes, I do have 3 finished objects. My daughter's school will, her year will be over in 1 week time. So these need to be gifted. These are for her teachers that she has a special bond with. I don't know which ones she will give to whom. It's up to her. I'll wrap them up nicely and I'll let her choose. They are, all three of them are the same pattern because this pattern comes with 2 charts. It's the Cozy Bottle by Hinke, and I've knitted them with Drops Nepal leftovers on a 4mm US 6. This is the number 1. This one is the tightest of the 3. I don't know why. I think my gauge was a little off, but it's still pretty. This is actually a petrol color. I don't think you can tell really. But yes, this one is really nice. That's my favorite. And I have this one, which is also cute. I just had to make do with the leftovers I had. And the last one is with the same chart, but as you can see, it's totally different than the pink one. It's this one. It's funny, isn't it, how color choice can really determine what something will look like. So I had fun with these, but I am glad they are done. I don't know which teacher will receive which one, but I'm glad they're done. So 3 finished objects, and that's about it. Right, my works in progress then, which also aren't many. Well, there are many, but the ones I'm actively working on, I will be showing here. On the rest of them, I didn't really do much. Let me just, I bumped the table lamp here, and I think you can see it moving. So, all right. Yes, you are standing on a IKEA stool here with a tripod, and then my phone. It's just a whole building here for me to be able to podcast. Anyway, Tour de Vlies has started, which means I will be spinning every day. I finally finished my, I'm sorry for all the ums and ums, I'm just really out of practice. I'll try and not do it, but I can't promise anything. I finished my, Merino Skewer Solace braids in the color Berry. So those are these 2. These are half finished objects really, because I still need to ply them together. One is definitely darker than the other. So I can't wait to do that, but they just need to rest for a bit because I finished this one only 2 days ago, and it just, it's a rule that you let your, well, generally, who am I to tell you what the rules are, but you should let them rest for a bit so the twist can set into the thread before you ply them together. At least that's all I've read. I don't know much about spinning just yet, just a bit. So I'll probably ply these together tomorrow or the day after when I have the time. In the meantime, as I have 6 of these bobbins, I can start another spin, which I did. And I have, well, this is 1 bag. I have 2 bags of this, I'm going to crinkle a bit, hedgehog fiber, which I bought some time ago. There are 250 grams of various yarns, and they may include, as the sticker says here, merino, silk, alpaca, sparkle, blue-faced Leicester, Surrey alpaca, sari silk, and more. Well, there's no sparkle in here. I've already seen that, but there are other stuffs in here. There's some silk and Surrey silk, which I found interesting but difficult to spin because these are strands. I'll try and disassemble one. This one's nice. You have these long strips, and I have divided them in half. So this is half, and I'm spinning up the other half. So I've made these nests. This is number 2, and I will be spinning them on the bobbins, one on each, well, this half on one bobbin and the other half on the other bobbin. But look, there's some Surrey silk in here. And there are all kinds of speckles. This is also orange and silk. I have no idea what I'm showing you. I'm hoping this will come across. And this is, these are 3 strips anyway, because I had to divide them up and there was an uneven number. And this one has lovely grays and greens, also silk. Those black strands are silk. So yes, I still need to divide these up into halves again, because I'm doing, I think it's called a fractal spin, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it the correct way. But I'm having fun. Let me just put them right there. And I have another bag of these in greens and purple, so that one will also be very interesting to spin up. But I am working on that one right now on the first half. I'm trying to do one of these nests, you call them, each day. Let's see how long that lasts. And we spin every day when the Tour de France is riding their race. Okay, that one. Then the other thing I am really active on is my brother-in-law's sweater, which I was talking to you about. It's the Jaiden sweater by Isabel Kramer. I have knitted one before for my husband a while ago, a few years ago. And it's my husband's favorite sweater. And my brother-in-law said he wanted wool sweaters. So I said, you can try these and tell me which one you like best. And he said, ooh, I love this one. I want this one. I want 3 of them. And I said, well, let's start with the one, which became 2. Well, my brother-in-law is quite a bit larger than my husband. My husband isn't tiny at all either. So this sweater certainly is for a giant. It comes to my knees. I'm a little hobbit, but well, he's extremely big. It's knit in Drops Charisma, color 57 in the color olive. It's this one. I am using 4mm US 6, 4.5mm US 7. I am knitting the size M, only I knitted it longer in the sleeves and longer in the body because, oh my god, he's so tall. I think he's about 2 meters. What's that in feet? I don't know. I'll try and put it in the screen how tall he is. Anyway, so I been knitting like a little maniac. I have finished the body and I finished the right sleeve and I have half finished the left sleeve. So it is almost done and then it needs a wash and block. He's already tried it on. It fits like a glove. I don't know how to show this to you. There's an elbow patch in the sleeves, which is funny. Well, I think it's funny. It adds a little quirky detail to the sleeves. And the plus side is you don't have sleeve island or second sleeve syndrome, all those things, because it keeps your interest and the sleeve just zooms by, even if it's as long as for a giant. See, I'm sorry. Yes, he's huge. So this is really a big sweater. It's a dress for me. And I'll be glad it's done when it's done. And the other sweater will be the same as this one, but it will be in the petrol color, which is a variegated version of the Drops Charisma, and I absolutely love it. But I wanted to get the boring one out of the way first. This, by all means, is not a boring pattern. If you would like to knit a sweater for your boyfriend, husband, or brother, or any other male in your life, I suggest this one. It's really great. The only thing you need to take into account in the pattern, there's this garter ridge which is right here in the body and in the sleeves. And if you follow the pattern, it says after splitting for sleeves, continue with the double seed stitch pattern, which is the top part here, for several rounds, yada yada yada, those kind of numbers, and then start that garter ridge. But if you will look at the projects that were made using this pattern, most of these men will have that garter ridge almost here, which will give you an optically really weird torso. So what I decided to do with my husband's sweater was do this garter ridge right after you split for sleeves. So it's at about, well, slightly lower nipple height, which gives you a better proportion for the body. And that's what I also did with my brother-in-law's sweater. Split for sleeves, no more double seed stitch, and do those garter ridges. That's the only modification I really made. Don't do the extra double seed stitch because it will make your sweater look weird. So if you're curious what I'm talking about, I'll link everything in the description box down below, and it'll the link sends you to the pattern page of Isabel Kramer, and you can see by the pictures what I'm talking about. Some look really weird, and I think it's such a shame. I mean, if she didn't include that note, I think people would do that garter ridge sooner, because in her version for her own husband, she also didn't add all those rounds of double seed stitch. It's also quite soon that garter ridge is seen. So I don't understand really why that note is in there, but just do not do it. That's all I'm saying. All right, that was the Jaiden sweater. And my other work in progress is, of course, my little piggy. He's still missing a little foot and his little ears. He does have a little tail. It is officially Grisen Bamsen by Jaiden for they have a collaboration with Astrid Lindgren has died, but whoever holds her rights to the books, and Wickland is the illustrator of those books, and Jerbo has made knitting kits inspired by her children's books, and this is the piggy from God, I can't remember the name now. Lotta from something street. I'll put it in the screen. Anyway, of course I made a mistake. I added the hind legs a bit too far up the front. But I'm not going to whip it out, because this is the most tricky thing I have knitted in a long while. You have to pick up the stitches on the body and try and get them all on the needle and knit the leg in the round. It's very fiddly, but so worth it. He is cute though. We call him Richard Ham. If you know, you know. If you watch Clarkson's Farm, you know who Richard Ham is. This is our little Richard Ham. He's almost done. So 1 leg, 2 ears, and he will be fine. I did put in a little cardboard piece for the snout, so it'll stay nice and perky over the years. So yes, that's Richard Ham. And other than that, I've not been knitting on anything else. It's just these 2 things and spinning. That's about it. But I do have some acquisitions. Yes, my not buying stuff is really going really well. But technically I did not buy this. I gave a sweater to my mother recently, you know, the Bergen sweater I knitted recently. She really loved it, and she said, I still have yarn, and they are moving to this apartment building for the elderly, let's just call it that, and she needs to make space and clean stuff and just put everything in boxes. And she said, I have some yarn. I am not going to be able to take it with me. You can have it. So I got these 3 balls of Lana Grossa Tutti, which is kid mohair and baby alpaca. 25% mohair, 25% alpaca, 20% virgin wool merino, and 30% polyamide. And I think they are lovely. Let me see if I can get a decent. They're all the same color batch, I think. I think they look great. And I will definitely be making a Lento sweater for this, with this. I am not one to jump on a bandwagon quickly. You know, everybody's knitted ranunculus. I haven't. Everybody's knitted a Lento. I haven't. Everybody has knitted a Soldotna crop. I haven't. It's in my library though. As soon as people start to flock to a pattern, I will be put off by it and think, nah, not for me. I did knit a few love notes though, but not recently. But yes, this ball has, what did it say, 313 meters. So it will be 990 meters, which you will need for a Lento. So you will need a bigger sized needle. This is also for a size 5 US. What is a 5 in US? No idea. 7 maybe? No, bigger. 8? Anyway, so I'll be knitting a Lento with this because then I know I will have enough. And the yarn, it's beautiful. Look, I hope it will focus. It's just a single strand, but the color has 2, see? I think it's the mohair and an alpaca strand. And it changes color throughout the ball, and I can't wait to knit this up. I'm really tempted to start this. Maybe when I finished my brother-in-law's sweater, I will start up my Lento. And as I've taken everything, noted everything down for the Jaiden sweater, I will be able to take it slower on that one, and I will have this one for the in-between. Yeah, I might take this with me on holiday. But that was not all. There are also 11 balls of Scheepjes Verona in here, which is 50% wool, 50% alpaca. 11 balls. I think my mother wanted to knit herself a cardigan with this, but as you can see, it's quite thick and then thin. And seriously, I have no clue what am I going to make with this. So if you have any suggestions for this, please let me know. I have a lot of it. I have 11 balls, which is like 1100 meters. So if you have a pattern for this, or I could just knit a minded square blanket with it or something or other. I just don't know yet. I don't think it's something I would wear. So it might just be a blanket. I don't know. I'm a little thrown by this yarn. It does look interesting though. I really like how it looks. But yes, I don't know what to make with it just yet. But with these 3, definitely. I love these to bits. And I really want to see how they knit up. So that's acquisition 1, which I didn't buy, but got from my mom. And she always kept it in this little filled up felt bag. So it's been sitting in there for now. And now that I've podcasted, I can take it upstairs and put it in my stash. I think maybe I need to buy another bin at IKEA because they're all full. No, I will not tell you how many bins I have. Anyway, yesterday happened to be my birthday. I turned 44. Shh. I'm just a spring chicken here. And I did buy myself a little present. Is this thingamajig? Do you know what this is? If you are a spinner, you might know. This is called a niddy noddy, and you use it to, I've never used it before, so this is also a first for me. You use it to wind the yarn from the bobbin into a skein, and you tie it, and you can take it off the niddy noddy and then wash it. And then once it's dry, you can rewind it onto the niddy noddy, and then you can make a better estimate of how many meters or yardage you have. So I really needed one because I have been using my Swift for that, but it's just not accurate enough, and the skeins come out a little wobbly also. So I really wanted to give this a try. So yeah, this is an Ashford niddy noddy, just like my Ashford spinning wheel. It's not because I have an Ashford spinning wheel I wanted an Ashford niddy noddy. This one was the cheapest, so that's why I have this one. And my mum gifted me this ring I have here on my finger. My friend also came by and gave me a gift card for a online shop here in the Netherlands where I can buy books for my e-reader. So that's nice. I went out to dinner with my brother last weekend and his wife and their little girl, you know, my favorite little niece, whom I'm knitting all these sweaters and stuffies for, which was really nice. And today when my daughter comes home, we will have some cake, and my mother-in-law will be coming to dinner later this evening. She will also probably have a gift for me. And the day after, a friend will come over this Thursday, and he also probably will have a present for me. So I am being spoiled, and that's very nice. Because my birthday tends to be a bit forgotten mostly, because it's always at the start of summer holidays and people are really busy at work rounding things up, or are already on our holiday, or holidays have already started and they've gone. My other niece, her birthday is on the 11th of July, I think. So we now have to share this weekend where we used to celebrate our birthday, but now I have to share it with her. So I just thought I'm going to skip it this year. And so yeah, surprise, surprise, I do get presents anyway. So that's a nice turn of events. All right. I think I have talked about everything I needed to talk about. Yes, I'm looking over there. There's my couch where I usually sit. I am wishing you a wonderful holiday. Oh, I did forget to tell you, we're going to England this year. We're going to the New Forest. It's near Salisbury. We've also got tickets to go to the Harry Potter experience near London. And we want to go to Stonehenge. And well, I've made an whole list with things we can see and do. But if you are living in England or in that part of England and you know about any good yarn stores, yarn shops there, please let me know. If you know about anything we definitely need to see or do there, let me know. I'm not exactly going to tell you when we are going, but we'll be going soon. We're going to a campsite called Sandy Balls. I love it when English people make up names. Sandy Balls. We'll be having our holiday, 2-week holiday in a trailer there. So it's going to be fun, yes. Maybe I'll try and shoot some footage there when we are there and share it with you when I'm back. And yeah, I hope you all have a nice holiday as well. I hope you stay safe and sane during these crazy times in this crazy, crazy world. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.